Hi, Cheryl Gallant here, Federal Member of Parliament for Renfrew-Nipissing-Pembroke. We're here on Tuesday, April 7th, with an update on different benefits that are becoming available as a consequence of COVID-19. And first off will be a top-up in the GST. So the first question is, who will receive this top-up in the GST? And you will get the extra payment amount automatically if you normally receive the GST credit and have filed a 2018 tax return. So the people who usually receive a GST credit every 3 months are the individuals who have lower incomes. Many seniors receive it as well. It's in recognition that low-income individuals have a hard time paying the GST. The amount you receive will be calculated based on the information from your 2018 income tax return and benefit return. Therefore, if you did not file taxes for 2018, you will not receive this payment. So the next question is, when will the payments arrive? So that's what people are calling into our office for. They want to know, when will the payments arrive? Payments will be issued on April 9th, 2020. And if you were previously not entitled to the GST credit, but have filed your 2018 tax return, you may also get the one-time credit amount based on your family net income. But again, you must have filed your 2018 tax return. If you have been late and have not yet filed your 2018 taxes, you should ensure that the return is completed and filed as soon as possible. You may be eligible for retroactive, that's back benefits, and credits. But the only way to receive the GST top-up is if you have filed your 2018 tax return. If you're not entitled to the extra GST credit amount, you may be eligible for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit. Now, how much is the GST top-up, the increase for those who qualify and who have submitted their 2018 tax return? So the one-time payment will be calculated based on information from your 2018 tax return, and the maximum amounts for the 2019-2020 benefit will increase from $443 to $886 if you're single, from $580 to $1,160 if you're married or living common law, $153 to $306 for each child under the age of 19, excluding the first eligible child of a single parent. $290 to $580 will go for the first eligible child of a single parent. So there will be no changes to the family net income used to calculate the amount, or the family net income used to calculate the single supplement. The current shared custody rules apply. Shared custody parents get half of the amount they would otherwise receive in respect of a shared custody child. Okay, so let's talk about the CERB, serve the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, because some people who do not qualify for the GST top-up may qualify for the Emergency Response Benefit. The government advises that Canadians who still have jobs but are working 10 hours or less due to the pandemic, for example, people who work in the gig economy or contract workers, also those who are working but earning less money than they would if they received the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, the CERB, such as long-term care workers, will also soon be able to qualify for federal assistance. There are groups of people who are not benefiting from the Canada Emergency Response Benefit who probably should. The government is looking at how it can increase their pay a little bit so they will be better off remaining at work rather than going off work and receiving the Emergency Response Benefit. So to apply for the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, or CERB, by phone, call 1-800-959-2019. Now, there's an automated CERB helpline number, and that is 1-833-996-2099. So that's a little twist that came in since the weekend on CERB. Now, we've been receiving quite a number of calls from parents and small businesses who live in the rural areas and do have some access to internet, but the bills have been piling up and they're very worried about the data usage because they're at home all the time, and now the children have to use the internet for their schoolwork. And for people who don't have internet, they're using data off their phones, which is very costly. So we've heard from two different carriers, the first one being Rogers, and they have issued a COVID-19 update. For residential services, Rogers is waiving the data overage fees for home internet usage starting March 14th until May 31st, 2020. Rogers is also waiving long-distance charges for Rogers home phone consumers for calls anywhere in Canada starting March 16th until April 30th, 2020. Rogers has made the decision to postpone previously planned price changes. Now, they were originally planned and communicated before this public health situation arose. So customers will not need to call Rogers, as the change has been automatically postponed for all Rogers customers. Now, we have an update from Bell as well. So for people who subscribe to Bell Internet Services, this information is for you. So with Canadians working from home or in isolation, Bell is waiving extra usage fees for all residential internet customers. It will also be providing its consumer and small business customers with Turbo Hubs, Turbo Sticks, and MiFi devices, and an extra 10 gigabytes of domestic usage and a $10 credit on their existing plan for each of their current and next billing cycles. Bell says to note that data charges incurred before March 19th will still apply. And all these measures are valid until April 30th and will be applied to customers' bills automatically and require no action on their part. If it happens that you cannot pay your bill on time, you may set up a flexible payment option with Bell's self-serve tools. Okay, now if anything is not as was just described, because this was taken directly from their websites, you should contact the Canada Radio Television Corporation, the CRTC. And could we have the address up there? So the CRTC is, you can contact them. No, that's not it.
I forgot it.
The CRTC, we'll have to get that one for you. And that is where you go to. So CRTC.ca. If you go to that website, and you can state that items described on the websites are not what you're experienced. So there is something that we have another program as well, but it's provincial, but I'm getting calls about it, so I'm just going to provide you with the information that I know. There is provincial help, and the notice is that there will be a one-time payment of $200 per child up to 12 years of age, or $250 for those with special needs, including children enrolled in private schools. Parents or guardians must submit one application per child, and just one parent or guardian may apply for each child. Now, the parent or guardian who applies should be the one who has the custody. If people have already successfully applied to the Support for Parents program and received payment through direct deposit, they will automatically be eligible for the Support for Families program. They will receive email confirmation with a reference number and the Support for Families funding through direct deposit within the next 2 weeks. Further details on this benefit can be reached by contacting MPP John Yakabuski's office at 613-735-6627. Okay, now for some local good news. Coming in from Arnprior, a big thank you to Dean DeMonte, President of Pre-Emergency, and his team. Pre-Emergency provided the website technology for Renfrew County Virtual Triage and Assessment Center, and you can take a look at that at rcvtac.ca. And we have another good news story. Medical face shields for the COVID-19 frontline healthcare workers. And this initiative of making medical face shields for healthcare workers on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic in Ottawa and surrounding communities is a brainchild of a dedicated group of University of Ottawa engineering students. After hearing about their initiative 2 weeks ago, ETM Industries in Renfrew and Canadian Hydro Components Limited in Elmont joined forces to bring their expertise and production capacity to the University of Ottawa team by manufacturing plastic headbands for the face shields and forming the visors. these medical face shields are now being provided to frontline workers. And there you go. That's what they look like. So thank you to everyone who works at ETM and John Robertson, the president, who was on the ball looking for a way to help when industries were asked to step up. Now, as always, if there are any questions or specific questions, or you need help with any of the programs and you don't have access to internet, you can call us at 613-732-4404. If you do have access to internet, email us at cheryl.gallant@parle.gc.ca. Provide the specifics as well as your phone number so we can call to verify. So that's it for today's update. If there is more news tomorrow, we'll be sure to provide you with an update. Stay safe and stay that social distancing and stay inside if possible. Have a good night.